There's a brand new Southwest credit card offer that just launched on October 28th, and it's a big one. You can earn 85,000 points after spending just $3,000 in 3 months. That bonus of 85,000 points is worth over $1,100 in free flight. But with a little strategy, those same points can be worth double that, over $2,200 in air travel. I'll break down how it works, who it's the best for, and the 3 simple strategies to make the most of it. So, hey, if you find this helpful, tap the like button. It really helps the channel reach more travelers just like you. Okay, Southwest introduced this 85,000 point offer across all 3 of their personal credit cards, the Plus, the Premier, and the Priority card, starting October 28th. We don't know how long this is going to last. These bonuses typically run for a limited time. So if you've been thinking about the Companion Pass or just building up rapid reward points, now's the time. Even if you don't plan to chase the Companion Pass, this offer is worth, at Southwest's current value of about 1.3 cents per point, that's $1,105 in flight credits for an easy $3,000 spend over 3 months. So here's the examples of real value. So let's just put it in perspective. That's enough points to cover round-trip flights to Hawaii, or a getaway to Aruba, Cancun, or the Dominican Republic, or even an international trip to Belize, Turks and Caicos, Costa Rica. All these points were places where Southwest flies. Now, I know Southwest is going through a lot of changes right now, and I'm really not sure how it's all going to work out, especially with assigned seats and stuff. However, when you do have the credit cards, you do keep the bags fly free. You get 1 bag per person that flies free. So that helps that. And we'll go over the options that are on the website currently. Okay, let's get started here. So as you can see, the 3 cards with the 85,000 point bonus, they're all the same bonus, but there are some differences in the cards. The Plus card is a $99 annual fee. The Premier card is a $149 annual fee, and the Priority card is $229 annual fee. Now, one of the big things is at the end of the year, the anniversary bonus, there are some bonuses that are out there. The 3,000 bonus is worth $39. That's 1.3 cents a piece times 39. And it gives you an effective annual cost of $60 for the Plus card, $71 for the Premier card, and $131 for the Priority card. That makes it a little more easy to justify this, but either way, you're going to get at least $1,100 of value from this, and I'm going to show you how to at least double that. So let's get to that. So when you're applying for the card, so we'll look at it here, but one way to do it is you can go to my website, cardsandcomps.com. The link is in the description, and if you want to anytime revisit these links, I would really appreciate it because these are my referral links and I get the same referral like you do for these referral bonuses. So here's the Southwest Rewards Plus, and it'll take you to my referral page. Here's all the cards. It includes the business cards that are on the screen as well. Right now, we're going to start off talking about the personal cards and their options. You go through here, every benefit that's out there, basically the differences between these. And the best thing to do is just go down to the bottom of the page and you can compare the cards in this table here. You can see the bonus is all the same, 85,000 points. Seat selection, standard seats or seats at the back of the plane. Preferred seats are seats at the beginning of the plane. Seat selection 48 hours prior to the departure when available. You book the flight and then you're the last ones to actually book the actual seat 48 hours before the flight. And I guess we'll see how that works out. It doesn't start until February of 2026. So I'll be definitely reporting back on that. And then there's a bonus I talked about, the annual bonus. Again, that comes at the end of the year. It does offset the value, but you have to wait a year to get that. I guess the big thing, Southwest points here, you get 2 times the points. All depends on what you're doing. And then I don't know, they've sort of mixed these all up. 2x points at gas stations, restaurants for the Priority card. The Premier card has a little different. So you just have to look at it and see what best fits your plan. All these features are the same. And of course, we already talked about the annual fee. There are some different things when we'll be talking about the business cards as well. There are some differences, and one of the big differences is get the most expensive Southwest Performance Business Credit Card. It has some benefits that are actually better. Get extra leg room. You can choose your seat when you book the flight. So that's actually a little different as well. And then you can see about comparing these two, which is, I think it's easier just to look at this chart here. So, but anyway, some details. If you got any questions about that, I'll be happy to look into it further with you. Just leave a comment below. The higher end business card does come with a TSA pre-check every 4 years. So that's actually worth up to $120. I mean, it's only for 1 year, but you pay an annual fee each year. So you have to keep that in mind. And the annual fee for this is quite hefty, $299 for the business card. But there again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But right now, we really need to be talking about the personal card and to the strategies for the companion pass. Okay, so here we go. This is the solo strategy to earn the companion pass in 2026. So this is probably what you've seen before. It's fairly straightforward. You get a personal card, you get the $85K bonus, and then you get a business card. Now, the one key factor is this is November right now. If you apply for the card, you definitely do not want to earn the bonus prior to 2026. So after the last billing cycle in December, you can fulfill the $3,000 spend, and then you'll be awarded the bonus points on the next billing cycle in January, and then those points will be applied to the calendar year 2026. And that's critical. If you got the bonus points in 2025, then they would not count for anything in 2026, which is important because the rest of your points will be earned in 2026. So it's imperative that you earn the points in 2026. So anyway, getting back to this, player one, we can see is you obviously getting the card, and then you also would be applying for the business card in this scenario. This scenario here gives you 163,000 points, and that's equivalent to 2,119 if you used it optimally. That means somebody's traveling with you as a companion till the end of 2027. So not just 2026, but the end of 2027. So just think how valuable that will be. When you travel and with a companion pass, it doesn't matter if you're using points or if you're using dollars or whatever, somebody flies with you for free. So just keep that in mind. It's a huge thing, but we got some other items here, I think, which are some better options here. This is a solo strategy as well. However, it only involves getting one card, the personal card, and getting the 85,000 bonus. But here you'll be doing 2 referrals. So my suggestion is get somebody else started on this process. I want to get you started on this process. Maybe I'll collaborate going to Hawaii together with friends, or going to Aruba, or going to Cancun, or whatever. So it's always fun to plan these things with a friend or colleague, and this will be a perfect way of doing that. Or it could just be your spouse. So that's another option. However, if you're going to do this with your spouse, there's a better solution, which I'll show here in a second. So in this solution here, it's just 2 referrals to 2 other people, and then they're started on their own path to the companion pass. Here, you'll earn 138,000 points. This is the minimum that you'll earn in order to do it. The 85,000 point bonus, the 3Ks that you'll be spending $3,000 over 3 months in order to get the 85,000 bonus. So that's represented there. And if you bought it on Southwest flights, for example, you'd get a multiple of that depending on which credit card that you chose. The first referral is 20,000 points. So 20,000 points is a lot of points that you get for each referral, and it's worth a significant amount of money. The 10,000K boost. Now, it's not points that you can use, but it is 10,000 points that help you get toward companion pass. Now, here's where I think it actually gets even better. If you're a couple, and especially if you have 2 kids, or if you want to travel with other people, I think this is a perfect solution. Or even if you don't, this is a really good solution to have an extra companion pass. It's not optimal because I've had myself and my wife have a companion pass, and we go on one trip and we're only able to use one of the companion passes. However, when we want to take our kids or go with another couple, it's easy to use those companion passes for those other people in our party, and we can just split up the expenses for that, which makes it super easy. So here we go. So player one, again, we get the 85,000 points, and then they would do a referral to player two, their spouse probably, or somebody that's going to be their companion anyway, that's going to be flying with them. The next thing, they'll go through the bonus and actually start on their own path, but then refer player two to the business card. I do have a video specifically about applying for business cards, for credit cards. You don't have to have a big business. You can have a rental property. You could be thinking about doing DoorDash or planning on doing Uber Eats or driving for Uber or anything like that. You need to plan ahead, get the business credit card for that purpose, and that's what you'll need for your business. So you don't actually have to have a business now. You just got to be planning to have that business, and it's quite simple. And I've got a complete video on how to fill out the application, and I'll do a link of it right here. So anyway, player two in this scenario would then also get the 60K bonus or 80K, depending on which credit card they chose. And at this time, both player one and the player two, or the spouse or partner, will earn the companion pass each. So when only the two of you are flying, you can only you only get one person to fly for free. But when you're flying with your children, both your children could fly for free. And of course, everybody we could fly in for free if you're using the points. So it's a little confusing, but that's the option. So player one, 85,000 points, 3K's personal spend, just like the other scenarios. And you get a total of 138,000 points out of that. And that gets you the companion pass, which is equivalent to $17.94. And then same thing for this partner. Theirs is a little bit higher because of the business card. And in this scenario, there's 3 credit cards that are chosen, and you have to make sure you're not carrying any balances on your other credit cards, and you've got the spend planned for it. Now, Christmas is coming up, so it's really a perfect time to do this. The points hit your account in January. So then, hypothetically, you have the rest of the year to earn the remaining 125,000 points, because the 10,000 credit card boost is already there. And it's effectively makes it where you just need 125,000. Plus, if you're going to be flying on Southwest anyway, the credit card itself is going to give you a free bag for every person that's on your tickets. If you have 8 people flying with you, for example, they all get a free bag if they're on the same ticket as you, the credit card holder. So anyway, it's a great thing to have. If you got any questions about it, please leave a comment below. I'll be happy to answer that as best as my ability. You can only get the bonus every 2 years from Southwest. So something to be aware of. And you can't get 2 personal cards. So if you've already got a personal card, you can't cancel it. I'm about to cancel my personal card here pretty soon. For that reason, since they're changing the fees and stuff, I may make a decision later on to reapply, since it's been over 2 years since I've gotten the bonus for my personal card. So I want to make sure that's available, not for 2026, but for 2027. I'll need to see if I can get another companion pass. And that'll be my plan, because flying to Hawaii and Aruba, or even getting a relocation flight to get you to New York to get that $350 flight round trip to Europe, sometimes that's really nice too. So anyway, get any questions, let me know. I really do appreciate any comments and questions. If you can, hit that like button, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm still just a really small channel and growing, but I really do appreciate all the comments, the efforts, and clicking that like button. It really helps the channel a ton. Until next time, I appreciate it, and let me know what questions you got. I do have a older video. It's very similar to this, but it's about the 100,000 point bonus that was previously offered. I'll leave a link to that video here if you want to watch that. It does go a little more in detail of all the other options that are out there. And then we can discuss what these options are and see how everything goes. Thanks again. See you next time.